I would like to call to order the City of Portage Planning Commission meeting for Monday, March 7th. If you will stand and say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Knudsen, could you call roll?
Austin Bonta.
Here.
Tom Cherry.
Here.
Gina Dasper.
Here.
Sam Lloyd.
Here.
Hortensia Moreno.
Here.
Charles Thompson.
Here.
Luke Wyman.
Here.
Pete Witherspoon.
Here.
Denise Little.
Here. Has everybody had an opportunity to look at the minutes? And if there are no corrections or additions, could I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have two.
I didn't quite get the set.
I think we had two.
Two of us did. Because Gina said it first.
Yeah.
Second one?
I can't. I wasn't here, Tina.
Oh, Gina did.
Gina.
Gina did.
That'd be kind of funny, but
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any reports of officers or committees?
Not at this time.
I do have to say our training session was excellent. I think the best we've ever had. So I thank you.
Very much. Thank you.
Could you call our first order of new business?
USP 0122, Portage Cash Property Group, care of Todd Lee, Older Wagner Evans, 103 East Lincoln Way, Valparaiso, Indiana, seeking a site plan approval for a 4,570 square foot retail building on Lot 2 historic subdivision at 5839 US Highway 6.
Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Todd Leaf. I'm here on behalf of the petitioner in this matter. The property in question is the Ash Plaza Shopping Center. It's the Aldi shopping area, if you will, some inline stores there. It's at 5839 US Highway 6. I think Mr. Knudsen mentioned that. It's zone C2, medium to large scale general commercial. The purpose tonight is to ask your approval for a site plan to add a 4,715 square foot smaller building on the east side of the shopping center, kind of out in front of, if you will, or off to the side of the existing line of retail stores in that shopping center. This is a shopping center that was originally platted in 1999. The first buildings were erected, I think Aldi was probably the first, and then after that there were site plan approved for the stores that you see there now in 2005. Interestingly enough, this building that I'm asking for your approval was on those plans in 2005 in a slightly larger scale. It was not built, obviously, and so fast forward to 2018, and my client at that time had a prospective tenant, and we went to the Board of Zoning Appeals, received some variances to build that same building in that same area. Those were granted. We came to this body, to the Planning Commission in 2018, almost exactly 4 years ago, in fact. In March of 2018, and site plan was given at that time. That tenant never signed on the dotted line, and the building was never built. So fast forward again to today, we have a new prospective tenant, this time a restaurant, and we're hoping to sign up that tenant and build the building. So we're asking for your approval for the site plan that's before you now. Again, slightly different. This time there is a drive-through on the east side of the building for this prospective restaurant tenant. And that makes the building about 28 feet smaller to provide for the room there along the east for that drive-through. It's not a typical drive-through, it's really a pickup window. There's no menu board. All of the orders would be online or call-in orders that are simply picked up. The site plan complies with your ordinance, with the exception of the fact that with this new site plan, we also received a couple variances. One, this lot is slightly smaller than it was in 1999, and so we needed a variance for maximum lot coverage. And the drive-through does not have a bypass lane. Your standards require that drive-throughs have 6 different components, if you will, or requirements, and we comply with 5 of them. We don't think we need the bypass lane because it's truly a pickup window, and we don't anticipate having more than 2 cars at any one time in that pickup lane because it's going to move through rather fast. They're not ordering, paying, and then having to wait for their food to be prepared. It's already there, and it's a pickup window. So the board granted that variance. They also granted the variance with regard to the maximum lot coverage, and that was necessitated because after it was originally platted, this was a 6.02 acre parcel lot, if you will, and the Department of Transportation came along and took 30 feet off the east end of it, and now it's only 5.7 acres, and so that cut down a lot of our open space or non-build area. And so we received a variance for the maximum lot coverage from the board. With those 2 exceptions, we submitted the site plan and it went through the entire review process. Marsh, consulting engineers for the city, have reviewed the plans for general engineering. Christopher Burke has reviewed the plans for stormwater, and your staff has reviewed the plans as well. And I believe that they all now concur with all of the revisions that have been made to the plans, that the plans now are compliant with all of the requirements. With that, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you. Any questions?
What kind of food business is it?
So, I hate to be secretive, so I'll explain why. I can't tell you what kind. It is a form of fast food. It's one of my favorite and my wife's. We dine there quite a bit. It's not a burger place. I'll just say that. The reason why I can't tell you is if I come to this microphone representing my client and I tell you that it's XYZ restaurant, people read the minutes and they watch the videos of this, and there's crafty developers out there who go, oh, XYZ restaurant wants to come to Portage. Well, I've got a spot just for them. So they run to XYZ restaurant and sign them up and steal the opportunity from my client. So I can't tell you, I'm sorry.
Kind of related, just when it comes to people, and I hope this question is relevant enough to ask, but you mentioned that there was a site plan approved in 2018. Does that stay standing? Maybe that's a question for our attorney, but basically if the restaurant, let's say it doesn't happen, like something just doesn't work out, can you guys go back to that already approved site plan, or does this supersede it if we give it to you tonight?
I believe the site plan expires after a certain period of time if we don't pull the trigger and pull a permit.
Gotcha.
My ordinance is, they don't exercise the action on the Planning Commission within 1 year.
Gotcha. So we're not giving you like a menu to choose from. You kind of, by us giving you this, you're focused on the restaurant deal.
Yeah, Mr. Knudsen did, when we started this process, remind me that we didn't have that approval that was given back in 2018, that it had expired. It wouldn't have been any good because we changed the configuration of the building. It's smaller, we have a drive-through, we didn't then, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Is it a dine-in as well?
I believe so.
Okay. Thank you.
The drop up window. sure if I can think it, it'll probably happen. You see people coming around the building expecting to be able to order, and it's only a pickup window.
You know, I was at another community last week, and I heard another petitioner asking at that community, I think it was Hobart, and they were doing the same thing. They had no menu board, it was simply a pickup window. I think it's the sign of the times, honestly. You know, we were all conditioned to do that, and I think it's become a thing, if you will, in the restaurant business, that they have a large trade now of just the pickup.
Any other questions? May I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the plan approval.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Knutson? Could you call roll?
Austin Bonton,
Yes.
Tom Sherry,
Yes.
Gina Geisler,
Yes.
Sam LeBoy,
Yes.
Hortensio Moreno,
Yes.
Charles Thompson,
Yes.
Luke Wyman,
Yes.
Pete Witherspoon,
Yes.
Lisa Miller.
Yes. Congratulations, we can't wait.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Best wishes.
Any old business? May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
First, second, first.
That works.
Second or first, I don't care.
First and second.
You want to go through a roll? Is that what you want to do?
No,
Oh,
no, I just didn't know if you had who made the motion and who seconded. We're good?
good.
Okay.
Cool.
Finished.